I am the owner of Venus in Velvet, or Venus in Velvet 1111 on this channel. And I'm here to talk about my academy, which is called the Mystic Halls of Knowledge. The Mystic Halls of Knowledge is a mystery school that I was connected with back when I was just trying to figure out how to get this information to other people who are like-minded, want to know more about their gifts, want to know a little more about metaphysics, spirituality, mysticism, magic, and so on. Because I don't believe it's just all that separate paths. They're all connected, all joined in. And I will be teaching more about, as we see, the tarot. Um, Tarot cards are just one of the divining tools. So divination, or any kind of uh, form of looking into the present, into the past or the future energy. Cards are just one of the tools. But first, and if you visit, please, VenusInVelvet1111 my website, you will see all the different courses, and you can get a package deal with different levels of membership. So you get more than just courses. You get some coaching, you get some merch, and you can gift this to other people as well who are like-minded. And what I'm doing is channeling all of these tools and all of this information into a course. So everything that I've been downloaded with and coached along or taught is going to be available to you all. And I've written a few ebooks as well, and I share with you all my knowledge, my wisdom, everything that I can to put you in the driver's seat safely, because you need a seatbelt, a spiritual, esoteric seatbelt. Lots of people jump into this work and just say, oh, I got these tarot cards, and that's not enough. You have to learn more about energy, because to me, this is all about energy. Yours, mine, and all around. So when I sit with people, whether it's a client I'm reading for, I am a psychic medium, or I'm also a spiritual counselor, whether it's a client or a student, and they want me to look into something or share insight, I always ask first permission to step in with your energy. There are a lot of psychics out there, and the hype, of course, on television is permission not ever asked for. They just shoot right directly to the moment, that shiny little moment, and get person all worked up with all the psychic information. I will never do that, and I have never done that. I believe that you must ask for permission first and foremost. Stepping in to someone's energy, you better be protected yourself, my loves. I have a beautiful necklace here, gifted to me by a gentleman named Reverend Dr. Phil. He was the president of the IAM, which I am a member and a trustee and educator for many, many years, well into a decade and a half, and going into 2. So this is a beautiful piece. I don't know if you can see it. It's a crystal skull, and all different with hematite and onyx and jet. And, that's just one part of spiritual protection. What you wear, the colors you wear. Do you do morning meditation? And do you practice gratitude? And also, do you cleanse your space, cleanse yourself? You can pick up energy. A lot of you who are just starting on this path are like little magnets right now for all this extra energy. So how do you shield? How do you protect yourself when doing this work? Like I said, it's not just all the jewelry, but that's a nice touch. That helps. And the colors you wear. I have a book, an ebook on my website, all about psychic cleansing and spiritual cleansing, and you know, it just gives you a few tips. It's not that expensive and it's well worth the read. It's an ebook. You can always message me. I'll get the message. You purchase the ebook on VenusInVelvet1111 um, my Mystic Halls of Knowledge School is truly about sharing the wealth of information that I, as I said, downloaded with by ancient mystics, my spirit guides, and everyone has spirit guides. Everyone has angels. Everyone has a guardian angel. How many spirit guides did you know we have? Between 4 and 7 spirit guides that work with us on a regular basis. We don't just have one angel. We need to know who is our archangel, who is our lead of the leagues. Another thing is ascended masters. We teach that in the IAM. I do have certified courses, so when you take classes with me and you do so many hours, you get courses, you get like certification points. They all add up to certification. If you want to be a psychic reader, a spiritual counselor, do you want to be a spiritual consultant? Yes, there's a difference. A healer, what would you like to do? Okay, these are the little picture here of the Ascended Masters. Some of you might recognize some of these people throughout time and history. This is one of our little handouts. And, you know, Ascended Masters are also reincarnates through time. The head of the Ascended Masters, Saint Germain, Master of the Violet Flame. Some of you people are going, what is all of this about? Okay, well, even the gods and goddesses, and yes, I do touch in on all of that area, because definitely Wicca and paganism has always been part of my path. I honestly am natural witch. Didn't even know all of these things when I was little. Just things kept coming to me. I am a multi-generational psychic medium healer. Did shamanic work as well. And, you know, I just feel like it's time. Not everyone can come to class at the locations I'm at, and I get that, which is why I'm offering it to you here on private link. Today's a free link, a public link, but a private link for you. So you can download this course class by class. I have prerequisites. I ask questions, a questionnaire for you to fill out, and what area you're interested in most. Because whether it is healing, it is being a reader, enhancing your psychic skills, your mediumship skills. I don't turn people into psychics. No, not even with my magic wands. No. I don't turn people into mediums. If you're tuned in, you need to learn how to center and ground and connect. A lot of you start out on your journey with dreams. Some of you want to know, what are chakras and how do I use them, and are my chakras okay? All right, we cover that. I cover that. I should say we, as in the mystical we. So it's really more about how important it is to have this knowledge and how to utilize it safely with your journey. How to keep yourself safe, because this does no good to be like the flash in the pan reader, whipping out tarot cards and saying, this is what's going to happen today, blah, 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 blah. I've had podcasts, live stream radio shows, and you would not believe how much energy comes through the frequencies. Now, I've had great shows in the past. They're all on iTunes. You can look them up on Venus in Velvet on iTunes if you'd like. Listen. But, you know, here's the thing. As I would go to listen to other people's shows innocently, just to hear them talk about whatever, you know, there's all this psychic attack going on. Did you know people can do that through the frequencies? Just a thought. A thought is a powerful thing. A thought becomes a thing. Yes. And the words that we speak, words have power. They have energy. Even body movements. When people put their hands together like so, or if they do it like so, you know, sort of like that. Mudras. I have an ebook on mantras and mudras and mindful meditation. Do your homework, do your research. I did not become a professional psychic medium, reader, spiritual counselor, consultant, shaman. I did not become this like in a month. Anybody who's promising you that, I would be leery, because this is a journey. This is a journey. It took me, I will be honest with you, when I was younger and I got my first tarot deck, and it wasn't a traditional tarot deck. It was the mythological tarot. It just, it was the only book that I saw in a bookstore, and it came with this deck of cards, and I was just, okay, let me see what this is about. Obviously, I'm drawn to it, and I was in a total different field of work, in entertainment and music, and then singing and performing, and um, you know, it's just one of those things that when something calls you or draws to you, I didn't even know. I could have been like picking up someone's energy when I pulled that off the shelf, but fortunately I did not. Um, I guess my guides were putting me there. They were safely keeping me wrapped in protection. So I got it, and I'm going to be honest, it took me almost 8 years to get rid of all little handbooks and all these books in my journey of practicing reading for friends and family and others. And now, of course, I don't read too much for family or friends because I know them. I'd have to detach myself. It's just like when you read for yourself. You have to detach yourself like in a third person. People say, I can't read for myself. Well, yeah, I know why. Because you're too close to it. You're too close to it. So things like, and cleansing. And a dear friend of mine made this and gifted me a few of these. And it's made of sage. Look how big that is. It's gorgeous, right? So this is a sage smudge stick, and I encourage you to remind yourself, sage is just not the cleanser clearer to move a ghost out of your house. No, 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 no. There are many reasons we use sage. In the Native American and shamanism, or any tribal native practice, sage, and like Palo Santo, another herb, which is a holy wood, a Brazilian holy wood, it is used on certain days. Sage is used for certain things, as well as how to use it safely and what to do after you burn the sage, because it's powerful cleansing and purification. So once you purify, what do you do then? Or how empty are you? How empty is this vessel? How empty is the space you just saged? How do you power back up? How do you get this information, all this energy back into your body safely and aligned? So chakras and learning more about signs, messages from your guides, and even your angels, and in your dreams. We talk so much about our dreams to other people. We don't realize we are sharing very, very personal information. And if we're confused, a lot of people run to the dream books and look them up, or go online, look them up, and awesome. But use your own moments of higher meditative state and ask ahead of time, what did that dream mean? Write it down. Keep a dream journal. I teach my students about journaling for each area they're trying to learn more about, to protect, or to have as wisdom. Whether you're going to be a professional reader like myself, or you're going to just have this in your journey of life to understand life and all of its events. How many of you do prayers? I was raised a Protestant. I only knew like one prayer or two prayers. That's it. The Catholics have many, but so do the pagans and Wiccans, and the Ascension people who are spiritualists, Ascension-focused people have multiple energies. Buddhist prayers are out there. Prayer is very important and empowering. Self-talk, very important, very empowering. Some of you may want to know more about palmistry, looking at your hand. Okay, there's a tool right here. As you get older, you might need more of this, and glasses as well. This is the blueprint of the life, of your life that you have. One, I always say, is like the Destiny Channel. One is like the Weather Channel. One is subject to change. So I have a course called It's in the Palm of Your Hand. Scrying. How many of you are scryers out there or interested in scrying? Gifted to me by a gentleman, Paul. I will not say his last name. He's past the spirit. He was a very well-received, well-known tarot artist and reader. Gifted me that as from his passing. A beautiful crystal ball. We have had so many places that we can buy crystals now because of the internet and such, but I highly recommend getting from local sourcing, your local suppliers, where they get their crystals from, or they share, they go digging, or they handpick all of their crystals to sell. Regift to the universe. Crystals are star seeds. So I'm sure many of you may know what amethyst is. This is a cluster, and I got this a long time ago, and it was actually at a secondhand store. I had to smudge it, cleanse it, clear it, but I love this piece. It's great. And there's just so many aspects. Some people want to know about candles. What can I do with candles? Candle magic. I make a lot of my own. I call these my magical cupcake candles. They're made from cupcake tins. And, I put a lot of intention into these candles. This is black and white. That definitely has a meaning. Many of you just find one color candles. There is a purpose for multicolored candles, layered candles. Not every time you have to use them, but it all starts with the intention. One time I was bringing a gentleman friend of mine who was housebound for a while, and we were working with Archangel Michael, and he really was just, and I was trying to broach this subject carefully. He was raised Catholic, and he just said, I said, well, I really don't have any kind of magical candle for you today, any spiritual candle. And he said, well, all candles have magic. It's the intention. You taught me that. Okay, so that much he took in. Some people say, is reading the tarot evil? Is it against God? It is not. My religion won't permit it. Many religions, every religion has some form of divination. And if you don't believe that, you're kidding yourself. In the Catholic Church, they burn frankincense and myrrh. They burn it all through the church. Frankincense, all down, burning myrrh, the gum resin, candles, they light candles. Buddhists light incense. They have bells, powerful sounds, mantras, chanting. So, it's to put this off and shove it off all this, like, either that's just a bunch of hooby-jooby, okay, whatever. That's just not being very spiritual or open-minded. There is no one great religion. And to me, this has nothing to do with religion. This has everything to do with energy, right? Excuse me, I'm talking to my one of my guides, one of my energy helpers here. And so, there's a good way to work with this energy, to work with these tools, and there's not such a good way. I've met many people in my path, some famous, some not. Doesn't matter. They're all very important people in my life because they came into my path. I stepped into the path with them. They always shared something with me. And I want to be able to do the same for you. Yeah. So if you sign up for my courses, let me know what you're interested in, what field you're interested in. Got selenite right here, heart shape. Put it in my throat right now. Excuse me. Clearing, guys, I can channel, and sometimes that happens too. I channel one of my guides, one of my healers, or I channel an ancient. I can channel people from the other side, but that's a whole other ballgame, and that really has to be taught with a lot of protection and safety to you. Please don't just try to open up the Ouija board, use a crystal ball, whip out tarot cards, do your little pendulum, and without some knowledge first. How we treat every tool is just as important as how we treat ourselves. Some people just throw their cards in a box at the end of the, work, and I just can't do that. To me, every card deck has a home. So I encourage you to look deeper within yourselves before going off and trying to read for a bunch of people you don't know and feeling the circumstances of that after effect. It's powerful. Sometimes you can get very empowered, and sometimes you can get very hurt. You can get very drained. And I also talk about to my students energy that's being sent. Like I said, psychic attacks and such. How do you know you're being psychically attacked? How do you know you're being spiritually squashed? And you've allowed it somehow. Do you know about your auric fields? That's energy. Okay, cleansing everything. It's still all about energy. If you want to learn more, like I said, message me, sign up for my courses. You have to learn some ethics with this. It's a requirement. The prerequisite, you fill out a form, a questionnaire. I need to know what path you want to be on. Custom tailored, sending you the videos to you. Private download link. And if you choose to share this with others, remember, that might not be their total journey themselves, but they might be interested enough to know what is. Okay. Now, I also do readings professionally and in spiritualist towns and big events, and privately by Skype or Zoom or FaceTime and by phone. I don't always have to see the person. I can hear the energy. I can hear their voice. I can feel the energy. That's another part of this journey, is knowing about energy. Do you know the energy practice, the energy ball? Do you know about the energy, the auric fields around you? Do you know static energy versus smooth energy? All of that. You must maintain good health, good life. I don't eat red meat or pork, and I don't miss it. I don't drink alcohol. I don't have a desire for it. I don't smoke. I never did drugs. All of these things can be inhibitors. Yes, I do fish and fowl, but very, very little. It's about 80% vegan diet, truthfully. So, and I've done that for 18, 19 years now. I don't miss it, And we talk so much about what a healthy lifestyle is. It's just more than the physical. It's the emotional, it's the spiritual, it's your surroundings, your work. I met people who had amazing jobs and they walked away from them, which I thought they were amazing, and they paid them an outrageous amount of money, but they walked away from them because it was toxic. That's a word people use more and more every day, toxic. But we have to put the brakes on, no boundaries, spiritual boundaries. What are we willing to accept into our life? And what must we put our hands out, like so, and just say, no thank you, or excuse me, and leave the area. There are very simple tools. Some people, they overthink it. But as a professional reader for, I want to say 30 plus years, going 3.5 decades, almost 4 decades, I can tell you, you're going to make mistakes. But if you need a mentor, I'm here. I'm here for you. I have mentoring sessions. I don't just do psychic readings on the phone or online or in person. I do mentoring because some people need to know, what did that mean? Why did that happen to me? They need to know they can trust somebody. As a spiritual counselor, as a reverend. Also, I know that even my pagan and wicked friends, and they get into covens, and some are soul practitioners, but you have to know that maybe you have a sign in your path. Maybe you're meant to be the next high priest or priestess. Maybe you're meant to be a soul practitioner. Are you listening? Are you listening to your goddess or your gods? And are you listening to your higher self? And take that time. Make the spiritual appointment with yourself regularly to pay attention to your messages from the universe. Some may believe in ETs, extraterrestrials, the supernatural. It's all energy. It's all out there. I, I can't imagine my life without of having touched some of that as well. That's what made my journey possible. I question it, but I also know I experienced it for a reason. Okay. And I've heard people confide in me and share with me what they've gone through. And, you know, the voice of reason is one part, but the voice of being open, the higher spiritual self, is another. Some people worry about working with candles. They think it's dark magic, black magic. There are highs and lows in every walk. There is light and dark in everything. Uh, I would say we tread carefully, yes. We take classes, we read books, we ask questions. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with being curious, but practicing it, you better have some foundation, because a good spiritual walk in this world, in this universe, teaches us how to build a strong foundation. Some people believe in past lives. I do. The ascended masters wouldn't exist if they weren't previous incarnations of another master. Okay? So I'm hoping that you're excited about this journey for yourself, because I've taught many times courses that I've had for years and years, decades, and I really enjoy teaching them. But sometimes there comes a point where you just can't be at all places at all times to teach. Um, my practice doesn't allow it. My events that I do, it's just little teasers, spoilers for that. But follow up is everything. And having this at your fingertips, having this by request, it's huge. All of my courses are, of course, they are my personal copyrighted material, my intellectual property. I teach tea leaves, palmistry, psychic development, the tarot, scrying, healing, work with past life energies, shamanic energies. I teach a plethora of things. And once I was working at a location reading, and when I first met the owner, she said to me, nobody can do all that stuff. I mean, I've had my practice in my hands in Chinese astrology and feng shui. And she's just like, I don't understand. How do you know all this? My answer was very simple. I'm a natural mystic. It's my job to know all these things as much as I can. The runes, ancient languages, Sanskrit. I'm an old soul. Why would I not know this? I recalled all of these things into my cellular being. Apparently, it was time. I did other work, and I always had a knowing, as the Irish call it. I had a knowing of things that would happen, or a series of events, or knowing something about a person. But we keep it here. We keep it here. Why? Unless it pertains to us securing our own safety and our own energy, our loved ones, who might not even believe what you're saying, but careful how you put the message out there, because they do shoot the messenger. Not that that's part of my walk, but it's like, you know, we all come into this life learning something or some things. What is our theme? Numerology. Okay, my spiritual path is an 8, my life path is a 7. There are other numbers. Life path 7 is natural mystic. 8 is a healer and teacher. Okay, enough said. I was already on my path when I found that out. So, see, you have to trust yourself, your higher self, your instincts, your guards, your wards, your guardians, your guides, your angels, your spiritual helpers. Some people use the word God, some creator, infinite intelligence, goddess. I'm not here to judge or teach one specific matter, because I don't think that matters. In the end, we're all one. We are all one. And all these paths lead to one. They lead to the role that we play in this lifetime. So I hope that you are excited and revved and ready to start on your psychic journey, your spiritual journey, your healing journey, to learn more about ethics, energy, the chakras, divination, healing, and so on. All for your own personal gain. Remember that. And at this time, I'm going to leave you with that. Visit Venus, Venus, that's the goddess, Ascended Master, Lady Master Venus. Venus in, like going through the door, Venus in Velvet, like the material. VenusInVelvet1111 So I'm excited to share this journey with you. I'm looking forward to meeting you all, to hearing about what you want to pursue in your journey, where you're being pulled. Okay, and I just wish you all the best in this lifetime. And I send you peace. I send you love. I send you light. And many blessings to you. Namaste.